Folks, hey, Roland Martin here. What's happening, Roland? Well, today is the last week of December, and Christmas is just past. A lot of interesting things happened. We got some great Christmas gifts, but my biggest problem was I thought I had COVID. So what I did, and I thought I was sick, and I felt kind of bad, and I think psychosomatic. I thought, well, I got the COVID. I'm sick, and I was in bed, and I didn't fish, and so I went and got a test, and I got the test now, and see that I'm negative COVID. So I don't have COVID. So now I feel like $1 million. I've been getting all my equipment ready, and I'm doing the reason for this YouTube today is I'm changing my guide service around quite a bit. I'm making some big changes, and I want you to listen. First of all, I offer just an exquisite guide service, and out of the last 30 guide trips that I've had, 28 or 29 of them said it was the best fishing trip they ever had. Most of those people somebody in the boat caught their personal best as well. We catch an awful lot of 6, 7, 8, 9 pound bass. We're catching 50, 60, 70 bass a day, and I'm doing free shiners. Now I'll explain all that in a minute. You know, there's a lot of expenses to guide work. For example, this is a big $60,000, $80,000 airboat. It was having some problems because this little beetle got into the gas line. It's called a camphor chute borer, and it was causing some air problems in the gas. I couldn't get the thing to run fast because it was sucking air. But now it runs perfect. Listen to that run. It's like a top. It runs like a top. I got 2 airboats. This airboat, I also got an airboat camp down the Everglades. There's also some good fishing, but this is really a nice airboat. And then I have another one that I just bought that has a big Continental engine. Big 500 cubic inch Continental engine that really runs good. And I take it over to the levees and run dry, get into these places like Three Forks where you can't get another boat. And we really have some really good bass action with bass, say in the double digit size, 10, 11 pound bass. So airboat's one deal. Well, then, of course, my favorite boat, my number one boat is back here, and it's my regular bass boat. It's that Tracker Grizzly. And I fixed it up. I got it tricked up. I got all sorts of tricky things on it. I'll just show you a few of them. Just love it to death. And when I say free shiners, what I do on my guiding is I'll start off in the morning with 3 or 4 dozen shiners that I'll have from the day before. And then I can keep them alive. I have oxygen, these big expensive oxygen aerators that run on the thing. And I have a great big live well. I keep the shiners alive. But then mid-morning, I'll stop with all my equipment and I'll take chum in these $300 cast nets and I'll get 10 or 12 dozen shiners. And guess what? Now I have 10 or 12 dozen shiners. The other guys have almost run out of shiners. Now it's midday. I got fresh shiners and a whole bunch of them, 10, 15 dozen. I got all the shiners you'd ever want. So we fill these rods up. I have 6 rod holders on this boat, plus I can add another rod or two, just lay it down. And you know, here in the state of Florida, you can use more than one rod. So I really have a lot of action going on. We get these schools of fish going, particularly in the afternoon when they get active. Woo, the cold weather. It's like bass here, doing 2 or 3 there. It's just really phenomenal fishing right now. And the last time I fished, of course, was with Tom Jackson last week, just before Christmas. So we did the song, I Got a Fish Today. That was really kind of a cool song. And that was the last time I fished. But I'm getting ready for everything else. Now, other neat thing about this boat is that it has a trolling motor system that's the best in the world. This is the Move trolling motor system by Power Pole. And it's 30% stronger. It's 30% lighter. And it just goes, it's an anchor mode. So I can pull up to a flat, I can be drifting across in the wind, and all of a sudden I catch a bass, I hit the anchor mode, stops the boat. It holds it right in position. I can get all my stuff ready and cast. And then also it has one other feature, and this, I have the Lowrance active target on the front. This is a system that allows you to scan with sonar out in front of you, you know, out to 150 feet. And imagine this whole big thing, a basin. There's 17 big pits like my backyard, and they have hydrilla lines, and of course the water will be up high. I can see the bass that will be laying in say, the grass beds around the edge of those ponds, like they'd be in those bushes. I can actually pick them out with that active target and actually see that it's a bass or at least a fish there, and cast a plastic worm or top water or whatever I want into there. That really is paying off. It's also very good for doing the crappie. The crappie things are really, really cool. Lots of crappie. Oh, and also another thing, look inside the boat. This is a rhino wrap, and it's easy to clean, good traction. This boat is just a perfect guide boat. And of course, it's all pretty now. I clean it up. I have this Booyah cleaner. I got the Booyah products that I clean it with every day. It's a little bit of a trouble. See, when you're going up and down that dirt road going into the headwaters, you have 6 miles of dirt road. So every day I got mud and dirt, and it tears up my reels. It gets inside all my equipment. It's really kind of hard to keep things going, but I keep things going. Now inside we have another big thing that happened, and that is favorite rods. My number one rod and reel. They just sent me a Christmas present. They had all these rods for this coming season, a whole bunch of them. Really good stuff. Here's my other bass boat, my Z21. This is my really nice bass boat. It's a little. I'm not using it this week, so it's a little bit messed up. But let's look past this and go over to the rods that just came in. I got all these 30 or 40 rods all ready to go. Now, one thing that I'd offer is all the equipment, along with all the shiners. They get free equipment to use, and it's really good, solid, good equipment. Here's a new rod that I like a lot. It's got a 30-pound braid. It's a medium-sized saltwater reel, but it's perfect for casting shiners. And also with the same setup, it's a little bit heavier rod. It's another favorite Old Salty series with 50-pound braid and set up with shiners. Of course, I could be throwing a spinnerbait. I could be throwing a worm. I could be throwing all kind of other stuff. Okay, we got the other shiner rods that we have have these reels have clickers on them. So that's all a big deal. And then we got plenty of other equipment. You know, one of the things right now are these chatterbaits. In fact, the biggest bass I ever caught out of headwaters, I caught on that chatterbait right there, a 12-pounder, a big one. So that's another good lure. Topwater is so much fun. I was over there this last couple of weeks, and we were just catching so many nice fish on topwater. And the topwater plug that I use so well, and I know you've seen it, and I don't have one right here, is this Spro Pop 80. And this has just been just a killer plug. And it looks like a dead shiner or something, I guess. I don't know why they hit it so well. And what I do, I just throw it out there and work it real slow and easy. And it's just a fantastic lure. Fishing is slow. I just absolutely just let it sit there. And sometimes the biggest bass of the day, even when we're shiner fishing, sometimes come on this topwater. Anyway, that's another big thing. You know, it's amazing how many fish we catch. People don't realize how good the headwaters is. One of the things that happen is they do a creel study each and every day, and headwaters always leads the state of Florida and the nation, for that matter, in the #1 lake for that day. And so it's been really a good lake. Okay, now we were talking about the changes I have in my guide fee. Well, I'm going to be turning 84 pretty soon, and I'm fishing every day. I'm doing a birthday special. I've been charging a little bit too much, maybe. I don't know. I charge $1,500 a day, and some people were kind of balking at that. I've dropped the price down. I've lowered it down to $1,200 a day. And here's the big thing about what we're going to do now. I haven't been taking credit cards, but now I can take a credit card. I'll take whatever credit cards you have available. And I have a little terminal that I have with me in the boat, so when you send a deposit in, deposit can be sent in with either a check or money order or a credit card. And then on the lake, when I get the other 50%, I'll have the terminal to take the credit card or the cash or whatever else there is to do. Anyway, that's really a big deal. I also supply not only the bait, I supply all the gas, I supply all the sandwiches and the drinks, all the equipment, rain gear, every kind of thing. There's really nothing you need. And again, you're going to have the trip of your lifetime. And again, I've had a lot of satisfied customers. So by changing the things around, particularly the credit card payment system, that's going to really help. The price at $1,200 is a good, reasonable price. I have a lot of expenses. I'm 4 hours away from headwaters. I got to go back and forth. Anyway, that's what's happening in my world. Getting ready to go fishing. Hey, hit that likes button. I know you're going to see a lot of big bass next week as I'll be back over there. I'll show you the techniques and I'll show you how I catch them, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But in the meantime, hit that likes button and hit that subscribe. We'll see you again soon.